Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Please kindly subscribe to this channel if you are yet to do so. So this update is about twist of fifth, and I'm so sorry that the one I uploaded was done today. I didn't know. So that was why I decided to edit this one so quickly and upload it. Even though right now I'm supposed to be sleeping because it is late, very late in the midnight already. But anything for you guys. So this is the continuation of where we stopped before. Abhi on the phone says hello, not knowing that it was Pragya that was on the phone. And Pragya also says hello, and Pragya couldn't hear Abhi, and she hears Shahana's voice instead. Pragya says that Shahana is with Mr. Mera, but she couldn't hear Mr. Mera's voice, and she was only hearing Shahana's voice. Prachi takes the phone, and Prachi was able to clearly hear Abhi, and Abhi asks that where is Prachi? Prachi says that she is at home, and Sarita takes the phone from Prachi, while Shahana also takes the phone from Abhi. And Shahana tells Sarita that she will tell Aunt how Sarita climbed down the window to go to the police station by the time she comes back. Vikram's mother tells Pallavi that Ranbir saved Prachi's life and says that Ranbir proved that he is her grandson today. Pallavi says that Grandma is taking the credit for what Ranbir did, and it is good that Ranbir is not like his father, who is not like Abhi, who respects all women and he is always there to help them, and Ranbir is like Abhi, and they both laughed. In Pragya's house, Sarita comes after bathing and says that she is looking fresh now. Pragya asks Ranbir to take Rishi's clothes and wear, and Ranbir silently says that Rishi wears boring clothes, and Pragya asks Prachi to give Rishi's clothes to Ranbir, and Ranbir asks Prachi to take him to Rishi's room. Prachi goes to Rishi's room with Ranbir and opens the cupboard and takes out the clothes, and she shouts and pushes Ranbir away. Ranbir asks that why did Prachi push him away, and Prachi says that Ranbir was standing close to her and it was a reflex reaction. And Ranbir goes to the bathroom and changes clothes, and he takes the water from Prachi's hand and drinks it, and he thanked Prachi. Prachi gives Ranbir an angry look and says that the water was meant for her. Ranbir says that this is not the last water in the house and they are not stuck on the island, so Prachi can get another water, and Prachi says that she is not angry. Ranbir says that sometimes Prachi makes her eyes small and sometimes she makes her eyes big and then roll the eyes, and he feels that Prachi's eyes are telling him that Prachi doesn't want to talk to him, and Prachi asks that why is Ranbir reading her eyes. Pragya comes there and asks that what happened, and Ranbir says that he saved Prachi and took bullet on his hand and cared for her, but Prachi doesn't care for him and she got angry when he drank her water, and Ranbir asks Prachi to swear and tell her mother the truth, and Prachi can as well swear on Bablu's mother, and Prachi asks that who is Bablu. Ranbir says that many babies' names are Bablu, and both Ranbir and Prachi had an argument, and Prachi calls Ranbir Baklu, and Ranbir calls Prachi Chick, and Pragya smiles saying them fighting like she used to fight with Abhi, and she asks Prachi to bandage Ranbir's hand, but Ranbir asks Pragya to do it, and Pragya agreed to do it. Prachi says that she would apply ointment on the wound, and Ranbir shouts after Prachi applied the ointment, and Pragya comes out and smiles. Sarita comes there and asks that what happened, and Pragya says that Prachi is in love, and she feels that both Prachi and Ranbir love each other, and Sarita asks that will Pragya scold Prachi now. Pragya says that love is good and she would have scolded Prachi if she fell in love with a wrong guy, but Ranbir is a good guy and she is very happy that she got a good guy who loves her a lot. And Sarita congratulates Pragya and asks that who said I love you first between Prachi and Ranbir, and Pragya says that she doesn't think that they have proposed to each other yet and she only felt that they are in love with each other. Sarita says that she wants to feel the feeling of love and she will peep into the room secretly and listen to their love talks. Prachi asks Ranbir to get the ointment applied on his hand, and Prachi applies the ointment on her hand and says that it is not burning. Ranbir says that do Prachi think that he is a small kid, and Prachi asks him to give her his hand, and Ranbir says that he wants to go home. Sarita and Pragya looks at them, and Pragya takes Sarita out and says that love starts like this, and this kind of love will go a long way. Pragya says that she is surprised that her daughter has the kind of love like her, and Pragya blushed remembering Abhi, and Sarita asks Pragya to let them peep and look at them again. Ranbir tells Prachi that the ointment is burning a lot, and Prachi asks Ranbir to stop overreacting and close his eyes, and Ranbir closes his eyes and Prachi applies the ointment. Ranbir opens his eyes and asks if it is done, and Sarita tells Pragya that she agreed that it is love. Abhi and Shahana comes home, and Shahana thanks Abhi for his help, and Abhi says that he will also come and see Prachi inside, and Shahana rings the bell. Pragya comes to open the door, and she opens the door and looks on. Rhea had a knock on the door and she thinks that it is Ranbir, and she said that she knew that Ranbir will come back, but it was Sanju, and Sanju says that it is good that he came here. And Rhea opens the door and sees Sanju, and she asks that why did Sanju comes to their house. Sanju says that he came here because the police will not see him here, and Rhea says that how can Sanju be an idiot, and she asks Sanju that where will he hide. Sanju says that the Mera house is a big house, but Rhea says that there is no space, and she asks Sanju to go away because when she asked him not to marry Prachi, he said that if Prachi cannot be his own, then she cannot be for anyone. So this is the reward of being stubborn. Sanju says that Rhea will say this very soon because Ranbir loves Prachi, and Rhea shouts at Sanju to stop saying nonsense. Pragya asks Shahana, and Shahana asks that where is Prachi, and she was about to go inside, and Pragya asks that where is Mr. Mera, and Shahana says that Mr. Mera wanted to see Prachi, but then he said that everyone must be tired, and that was why he went away. And Pragya comes out and calls Mr. Mera, and Abhi sees Pragya from his car's mirror, and he stops the car. Pragya goes back inside, seeing Mr. Mera's car going, and Abhi gets down from the car, but some other car comes behind his car, and Abhi sits in his car again. At the Mera house, Sanju asks Rhea how she will stop Ranbir, who is getting dragged towards Prachi because he can see that Ranbir is getting lost in Prachi's love, and Rhea asks Sanju to shut up. Sanju says that Ranbir has not realized that he is in love with Prachi till now, but he has felt that now, and Rhea asked Sanju to shut up and she was about to slap Sanju. Sanju says that Rhea can control her life but she cannot control other people's life, and he knows that Rhea loves Ranbir, but he wants Rhea to accept that Ranbir doesn't love her. And Rhea says that Ranbir loves her only and he hates Prachi because Prachi is so annoying and irritating. Rhea says that whatever Sanju had seen is a drama, and Ranbir is only acting because she asked him to win Prachi's heart and then breaks her heart later, and Rhea asked Sanju to just leave and she pushed him away. Sanju says that he would give Rhea proof that Ranbir loves Prachi because he knows that this is Rhea's fear, and that was why she pushed him away, and she tried to make him stop saying anything because Rhea doesn't want to hear the truth. Rhea got angry and asked Sanju to just leave, but Sanju says that he is saying the truth, but Rhea asks him to shut up because she knows that Ranbir cannot love Prachi because he loves her alone, and she shouts at Sanju and asks him to go. In Pragya's house, Prachi bandaged Ranbir's hand and asks him to keep his mouth shut, and Prachi's hair comes to her face and Ranbir moves her ears, but it comes on her face again and a song plays in the background, and Ranbir looks at Prachi and smiles while Prachi bandages Ranbir's hand. Prachi signs that it is done and she signs to Ranbir to smile, and she takes the first aid box. In the Mera house, Rhea says that Ranbir loves only her, and Sanju says that Ranbir risks his life for Prachi, and what proof does Rhea want again? And he also thought that he only loves Prachi, but he now understands now that Ranbir loves Prachi more than him, and he asks Rhea to do something and make her Ranbir go away from his own Prachi. Someone knocks on the door and Rhea asks Sanju to hide behind the door, and she opens the door and it was Bahadur, and he says that the criminal who tried to marry Prachi came to this area and the police are here to search for him, and the police comes in and the inspector asks Rhea if she see any stranger, but Rhea says no. The inspector asks if he can search the room and Rhea says okay. Sanju hides behind the table and he later goes out of the window, and the inspector was about to check the window, but Rhea throws something to distract the police attention, and she says that it fell from her hand, and the inspector asks Rhea to close the window for security reason, and the police leaves. Sarita tells Shahana that the matter is something else because Prachi is upset and she doesn't want to meet Shahana because Shahana locked her in the room, and Shahana says that Sarita is making two sisters fight, and Sarita says that it is because Prachi loves her so much. Shahana says that if Sarita continues teasing her, then she will tell everyone how Sarita jumped off from the window and everyone will scold Sarita. Sarita says that she is not scared of anyone, and Pragya comes there and says that Mr. Mera has left, and Sarita asks Pragya to call him on the phone, but Pragya says that he might be having some important work to do, so no need to disturb him. Shahana says that Prachi doesn't want to meet her, and Pragya says that she was the one that asked Shahana not to disturb her because she is bandaging Ranbir's hand, and Pragya coughs and Sarita gives her water and they hear Ranbir and Prachi fighting again. Ranbir tells Prachi that he can bear antiseptic but he cannot bear Prachi, and Pragya comes there and asks at what happened. Prachi says that Ranbir is blaming her because she gave him pain by touching his hand, and Ranbir says that it is painful to talk to Prachi, and Prachi called him a small kid, and she said that he is not a man enough, and Sarita was shocked. Ranbir says that Prachi said that he is not a man enough, and Sarita asks if Ranbir believes that he is not a man, and Ranbir says that he is a man and he was getting antiseptic applied to his hand, but Prachi laughed at him and teased him, even though he saved Prachi from the goons and he did not tease her, and Prachi did not bandage his hand properly. Pragya says that the wound needs to be tied, and Prachi asks Pragya to scold Ranbir. Ranbir says that they all have mind except Prachi, and he asks Shahana to tell Prachi that she is a wicked person who scares everyone, and Prachi says that nobody loves her because they didn't scold Ranbir, and Ranbir says that Prachi deserves this and is ready to go, and he leaves. Sarita tells Pragya that her daughter got upset easily, and Pragya smiles. Rhea got angry and waits for Ranbir, and Ranbir comes home and asks that what happened. And Rhea asks him to check his phone, and Ranbir checks his phone and says sorry. But Rhea says that she was worried for Ranbir, and why did Ranbir went to drop Prachi at home when Ranbir was supposed to drop her and not Prachi. Ranbir says that Prachi doesn't have a car, so that was why he went to drop her, and Rhea asks Ranbir to give Prachi the car and then become a driver. And Ranbir says that he would give Prachi a car and then hire a driver too. And Rhea asks Ranbir if he was acting or he has developed some feelings for Prachi. But Ranbir avoids the question and says that he needs to change his clothes because he is wearing Rishi's clothes and he goes to his room. Pragya makes kheer for Prachi and says that she will make her eat it and she will try to know about her feelings for Ranbir. Sarita says that Pragya have decided to know Prachi's heart, and Pragya says that she has to ask her, and if she is sure, then she will talk to Ranbir about their love. And Sarita asks Pragya to go and talk to Prachi because Prachi is her daughter, so she can ask her the question directly without any worries. Rhea follows Ranbir to his room and asks him to answer a question now, but Ranbir says that he is feeling tired and sleepy and he will talk to Rhea tomorrow. But Rhea stubbornly says that how can Ranbir sacrifice his own night for Prachi? So why can't Ranbir tell her clearly that he loves Prachi? And Ranbir looks at Rhea. Pragya brings kheer for Prachi and Prachi says that Pragya knows what she wants. Back at the mirror house, Ranbir says that he loves Rhea and he wanted to tell everyone, but Rhea doesn't want him to tell anyone. And what is the problem if he rescued Prachi because she was in a big problem, and he is doing this so that he can break Prachi's heart, and then everyone will know that he loves Rhea because that is when Rhea would accept his love. But now he cannot be in Rhea's plan anymore, and he cannot break Prachi's heart, and he doesn't even want to do anything again. And Rhea looks very shocked to hear that from Ranbir. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoy it. Please don't forget to share it. Don't forget to comment. And I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys and good night.